I'm a 24-year-old man and I'm afraid to date. I was just doom scrolling on TikTok and I came across a video of a couple that had to trade phones and look through their messages. And lo and behold, the woman was cheating. Not just with anybody, but with her ex. I started to get sad and felt this weird feeling of anxiety. And I put my phone away because I said I was supposed to get off social media, and I sat in bed just thinking about all the past relationships I've been in, reliving the memories, good and bad, having the urge to go and try and get into a relationship, then it being shut down with anxiety and me being scared. And it made me realize social media has a big chokehold on this generation's emotions, along with their thoughts and opinions. What do you mean by this? Good question. I'll take this back to my most recent relationship. Sorta, kinda. Well, I matched with this girl on Hinge, and we kinda clicked immediately. We exchanged numbers, and we started to talk like every single day. There were a bunch of things that happened that were kind of rough, but we'll leave that for a different video. Right now, we're talking about social media. This girl, she was beautiful, and she really cared about me a lot. But she was a chronic doom scroller and bed rotter, aka she laid in bed on her phone all day. So her life revolved all around social media, but she only consumed content. And with how the algorithm works on TikTok and Instagram, they show you what you want to see. And she was obsessed with her self-image and how people view her. So that's what she saw on social media. So I came over to her house and we went to watch a TV show. And on the TV show, there were breasts on the screen. And me as a grown man, I'm not going to look away just because there's breasts on the screen. And I'm also not going to be staring at it trying to get aroused. But she saw me look at the screen and didn't look away. And in her eyes, I was in the wrong. She expressed her feelings, I said it's okay, and I made sure it didn't happen again. And this became a recurring problem. I finally gave her my Instagram, and she went through all my followers. I don't follow any celebrities or people that post lewd photos. Majority of the people I follow are people I've met through Taekwondo tournaments. Essentially just networking people. But she demanded I unfollow these girls, regardless of who they are to me, just because they're somewhat attractive. And we go back and forth saying this, saying that. I expressed how I think this is very controlling and I feel uncomfortable. And she insisted that I do this because it's normal and that I should search it up on TikTok to see that everyone's doing it. And I do search it up, but I'm flooded with a bunch of posts of women saying that this is bare minimum, that men should unfollow every single girl even if they're friends. So then I'm like, okay, I'll unfollow the girls that I barely know, but I'm not unfollowing my friends. And she was okay with that. So I unfollowed the girls that I barely know and we go on with our day. A few days later, I notice she's upset by the way she's texting me. I ask her what's going on, she says nothing, and after a few banter here and there trying to get it out of her, she sends me a bunch of screenshots of girls that I'm following. I tell her that these are girls that I met through Taekwondo tournaments and I do not find any of them attractive. But she tells me I'm lying. And after a few hours going back and forth, I tell her, okay, I'll unfollow the girls you screenshotted. And we go on with our lives. As the weeks go by, I notice she's looking at my TikTok account. I don't follow any girls on there, she's just looking at it. I'm assuming scrolling through my followed accounts after seeing the numbers gone up. I don't say a word, but I assume she's doing the same thing to my Instagram. Then a few more weeks go by. We go to downtown and we go to this Christmas event. We looked good and we had fun. Up until we sat down to take some pictures and a few girls walked by. I glanced at them because they were walking up to us. I glanced back down because I realized it was two girls. They just went to cross the street, and after they crossed the street, the girl got visibly upset. There was a little bit of a scene, but after a while, we went home. I wanted to go home because things were awkward and weird, but she convinced me to spend the night. A bunch of red flags started to stack up, but I liked her so much that I chose to ignore a lot of them. One more week goes by, and I notice she's upset because of the way she's texting me. I ask her what's going on, and after a while, she sends me a post of a video that I liked on Instagram, because Instagram shows that you like certain posts. And I'm like, okay, what's this? It was a post about how college students use library rooms. I was really confused. And she was telling me I was playing dumb, but I genuinely didn't know what was going on. She then sends me a screenshot of the video of a girl sitting down in a chair on her phone. I go back to Instagram to find the video, and the girl was on the screen for less than a full second. She then tells me that I liked that post for that specific girl. I tell her that I didn't because I actually didn't, and I defend myself by saying the post was funny, that's why I liked it. She told me I was lying and said that I bet that I wanted her to look like that. I tell her no, and I try to give her reassurance, telling her that she's beautiful and I don't want anybody else. But it wasn't working. She was still insisting that that's what I thought, and that's why I liked that video. After going back and forth for hours, I got exhausted and tired. This whole relationship has been frying my brain, so I don't text her for a while. We eventually made up, and there's that. few more weeks go by, and she sends me more screenshots of the girls that I follow. Mind you, I've already followed more than 90% of the girls that I've been following, and they were just regular girls that don't post any lewd photos. And I'm confused, so I scroll through it, and they're all of my friends. She wants me to unfollow all of my girls that are friends. I get upset, like really upset. I tell her I'm not doing it, but we go back and forth for hours and hours and hours. But I end up folding, and I end up unfollowing the girls because I was exhausted and tired, and just said screw it. Now I'm walking on eggshells, afraid to like any post on Instagram or TikTok, afraid to open my phone up in front of her just in case a post on Instagram has a girl in it, afraid to say any keywords that makes her think of any of the girls that I follow. And something comes up that flips a switch in me, and I decide to end it all. We ended things, and she was obviously upset, but I really couldn't take the relationship anymore. Mind you, we were never dating, but that's a whole different story. Now back to the topic on the video, social media. It is such a powerful tool, a very strong double-edged sword. It can either benefit you or tear you down. In this case, I feel like it tore this girl down. She was caring, she was beautiful. She just consumed so much social media that it became her personality and her source of opinions. The algorithm gave her the videos she wanted, so it would validate the emotions that she was feeling, making her think that it was healthy and normal, when in reality it was not. I actually saw a future with this girl. And if she didn't consume so much social media, I feel like we could have gone somewhere. So my message for you today is to step back, look at life. Don't believe everything you see on social media. Don't let social media toy with your emotions, and live life with ambition. If you don't have one, try and find one. God has a plan for everybody, but you'll never find it just laying around doing nothing. Go out there, enjoy life. And if you like this video and want to hear more stories, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.